Hi, welcome to Homeridge Studio. My name is Cheryl, and today I thought I'd pop on here real quick and tell you what this video is all about because it's different. I've never done a video like this before. It is a craft room makeover. Now, it is a work in progress, but I've done a ton. I filmed my craft room a couple weeks ago and it was bad. and now I have it in better working order. If your craft room is a mess, at least with me anyway, it's hard for me to get creative and to think. When it's messy, you can't find things. So I feel so good that I did this. Today's video is part of a collaboration with a bunch of people that I will tell you about shortly. So you'll have tons of ideas. And with all that being said, let's go look at my messy craft room. Okay, we're just going to have a look here. As you can see, it's a mess. I could not even, at one point in time, walk in this room. I actually cleaned a lot of it up before I even filmed this. So you're not even seeing how bad it initially was. Okay, so today's video is a collaboration called Creative Space 2026 Tour. And I would like to thank today's hosts and sweet friends of mine, Lisa with Our Gray House and Melissa with I'm Merely Melissa. I put their channel links below in my description box as well as the playlist link to make it easy for you to go check out their channels and to watch all of today's participants for a ton of great organizational ideas. Okay, so back to the messy room. This is the after. It's still cluttery. I need to do a few more things. This piece I love. I had a boutique a couple years ago and I just didn't want to get rid of that, and I thought it worked well, but I think I'm going to put this in my other bedroom or in my spare room. I'm an empty nester now. I have 3 daughters and they have all moved out. My last daughter just moved out in November. I'm purging a lot of stuff and reorganizing a lot of stuff. And I'm just showing you right now what the room looks like. And yeah, my finger's gonna be there in the upper left hand corner for a while because usually I put my camera on a tripod and I was holding it this time. So I was trying to take a picture of what was going on here and I didn't realize my finger was in there. So I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so I thrifted this magazine rack or whatever you want to call it. And that's where I keep a lot of my MDF pieces from the Dollar Tree, the odd ones like the, flip-flops and, all those that I just showed you. Here's the closet in the room, and there's my finger again. Up on top here, these are all just like nails and hooks and shelves and things like that. I need to go through them and put more things on my walls. I have all my contact paper up there and the Cricut stuff from the Dollar Tree, and then this whole closet has 2 metal shelves in there, and those are from Walmart. Those are the shorter ones. So I'm showing you the top shelf has bird houses and things like that. The middle one has all of my containers, and then the bottom one has all of the plates and trays and stuff like that. A lot of this stuff is thrifted. This over here has all the baskets in it, and my daughter is a painter and a drawer and whatnot, and that is all of her canvases that she didn't take with her when she moved. So I inherited all, and I don't know where to put all of them. So anyway, I have all these big shelves, these nice big sturdy shelves from Walmart. So I have the 2 smaller ones in the closet, and then I have, I think, 5 of them, and I need to get another one, and I'll show you where I'm going to put that in a minute. These are all sonnets boxes, and these are my thrifted wreaths. These are all of my little wood pieces. I have them separated, and I need to make labels yet, but they're all separated. These have like frames and unique pieces. These are MDF pieces from the Dollar Tree. These are the wooden cubes. And then I have clothespins in one, and circles and squares in another. And I have flowers and bugs and things like that. And this is just Hodgepodge Dollar Tree stuff that I put in here. Those little triple hanging little picture things, I don't know what you call them, from the Dollar Tree. And this is all of my religious type stuff. Here's the big chunky pieces, mason jars, trucks, houses. And here are some more beads that I need to combine with my other ones because they're in 3 different spaces, and I didn't realize it until after I took this video, and I'm like, oh, I can consolidate some more. And I'm just showing you, these are the big wood pieces from the Dollar Tree. The big planks and I don't know, all those bigger pieces. And I've just got them separated in bins. And yes, I know you guys are probably going, oh my gosh, you have a lot. Yes, I do have a lot. And it's because my craft room was never organized. Now that it's organized, I can see where everything is. And I can just go and pull pieces out. And yeah, this is really good because it's never been like this. I had to buy those shelves. I did buy those a while ago, but those are the best things ever. And they're super sturdy because the stuff on here is extremely heavy. So here's the MDF boards and then all of my thrifted wood pieces. So what I'm saying is all of my wood is all over there on those shelves. And this is all of my thrifted glass pieces on the top shelf, vases, and a ton of candle holders because I use candle sticks and stuff like that and holders a lot. Down here, all of my lanterns. And yeah, that's what this all looks like. And this is just a box because I have a lot of long pieces. I have branches from my backyard, the pool noodle stakes and stuff like that. So I leave them in there. This is another magazine rack. And I have put all of my wreath forms on there, wire forms. And then I have some more wreath forms here. And this piece back there is a paper towel holder from the Dollar Tree. So what I'm going to do with that right there, I didn't have a chance to do it before this video, is put another one right below that, and I'm going to put all those wire wreath forms on that, below that. And this is my little flower plant corner here, and I put some in baskets, in the Dollar Tree laundry baskets, and then I bought these 2 shoe holders from Walmart, and I cut holes in the bottom and I nailed them up on the wall, and I put all of my flowers in there. I haven't brought all of my flowers up yet, so and there's some of them are in boxes here and whatnot that I need to put somewhere else. Anyway, earlier I was showing you outside. I didn't tell you that it's snowing, so this is a perfect day to do all this stuff. And it's snowing really hard, and that was a couple hours ago when I filmed this, and it's still snowing. So yeah, and I live in Michigan, so this is normal. So now here's my other shelf that will probably go in my daughter's room that you'll see in a minute, and I'm going to put another wire rack here so I can get everything that's on the floor on that rack when I move it there. So this is all of my ribbon, and a lot of it, actually a lot of it is my Christmas ribbon too, so I haven't brought it down to my basement. We have a basement, and that's where I keep my Christmas and fall storage and some of my spring storage. And this is just my everyday stuff. So that rack had all material on it, which I need to make it look a little bit better because it's sloppy. And then this was in my daughter's room, this piece here, this furniture piece here. But I used to scrapbook, and I have these scrapbook things left, and so I just put all my napkins in here, and they're all seasonally done. And then down here I have my cardstock and paper and calendars, and then the second shelf here I have all my stickers and placemats. I'm trying trying to see what I'm doing here. And of course, like I said, I got a lot of my stuff. My daughter used to make slime, and she gave me all of her stuff. I'm not going to make slime. I don't know what I'm going to make, but I didn't want to throw it out. This is all just extra little scrap papers and stuff like that. And then this bottom drawer has all of my stampers in it and my ink. And then over here on the bottom, I have 3 containers like this, you guys, of recyclables. So I just put them in baskets down here. Now I could probably just throw them out, but I'm thinking that I might use them one day. And then this shelf here, I'm showing you, these are all plastic Dollar Tree pieces. That's a plastic cloche. The bottom's in there somewhere. These little containers, it's all plastic. And then this is all basically Dollar Tree glass. I've got the squares and the jars and all that. And then, yeah, I'm showing you that. I even saved those, you guys. But the beauty about that is you don't feel bad if you have to throw them out or recycle them. These are all the little teeny glass pieces from the Dollar Tree. And then up here I have just a hodgepodge of stuff. I think I have my clay and my molds up here, yeah. And then that box on the right is from my daughter again. She gave me a bunch of her stuff, and it's all resin and jewelry and stuff like that, and I don't do that right now. These are some boxes with gnome stuff. I used to make a lot of gnomes, and I used to sell them like crazy, but they're really not popular right now. I think they might be coming back, but I don't know. This drawer has like corks and potpourri. This drawer has all the metal pieces from the Dollar Tree. And these are like the garden stakes and stuff from the Dollar Tree. And here's just macrame and I don't know, odds and ends. I don't even know why I bought that, you guys. I don't even know what I'm going to do with that. That might be a donation. These are beaded garlands in small round circles. And then this is kind of a hodgepodge of everything. We've got balloons in here, and you saw all kinds of goodies in there. So I bought this rack from Amazon. It's very nice. It doesn't hold things that are really heavy, but I needed somewhere to put my stencils so they didn't get wrinkled. So all my stencils are on the back of that. And then so far, this is what the room looks like. I know it needs a lot more, especially to get that stuff off the floor. But like I said, my daughter moved out, and I'm not blaming it on her. No. But, she moved out, and she gave me a bunch of her stuff, and I've just had boxes more that I had to figure out what to do with. But in a nutshell, that's what it looks like, and it is organized. It's organized to me, and I know where everything is, so the clutter in my brain is cleaned up a lot. This is her room. A lot of stuff that she took, obviously, most of her stuff, and I'm just showing you. There's bare walls and everything, and I have those shelves and little pictures and things like that I'm going to hang on her walls. And I have my ring light in there, and then a couple of my pots that go downstairs with the plants and all that I have Christmas stuff downstairs in those places, so those will move back downstairs. But I have a couple pieces of her furniture here. In the behind me, that I'm going to point in a second, behind me, there is nothing. It's just bare. So I'm thinking that I am going to, and this is a table I put all my Valentine's stuff on. I'm pointing behind me. There's nothing back there. So I'm thinking I'm going to make this my craft room instead of crafting in my kitchen, because that's what I do. Now we're downstairs. I craft in my kitchen. This is the room that I do all my editing in. So this is the room that we call the media room, and this is a room that I hold like my paints, and this is kind of like our office. This is an odd room because at one side there's no doors, and like half of the wall is gone here, so it just, you can see in this room I'm showing you, it's just, I don't know, it's a weird architectural concept. But I craft in my kitchen, and then I put the things that I use constantly are in this room. So I have the triple fold screen that I got from Ollie's. It was like $30 or something, and I put everything behind that screen so nobody can see it. I have this piece, and I think that's like a shelf thing that you put between your washer and your dryer, and then you can pull it out because it's on wheels. I put my ribbon in there. My seasonal ribbon goes in there. This is where all my acrylic paint is, and I like to paint, so I do have a lot of paint. And this is my cart. I drag it into the kitchen, and because I can't have my kitchen junked up. If my husband comes home from work and he sees crafts everywhere, he's like, oh no. So I keep it neat and clean. Dishes always done, except for when I'm filming this right now. You might get a little peek at the kitchen. It's a mess. But I have this top here. It's 3 tiers, and the top one has like all of my scissors, all my sharp tools here, all my glues, my files, and pens, pencils, markers, stuff like that. Things that I use all the time. In my glue gun, obviously, extra glue sticks, tapes, all that kind of stuff. So I keep that on the top. And then I have my little clips on the top there too. This is the middle. This is my garbage can. And I do show this to you from time to time. It's just an old Tupperware container, and I keep it in here, and then when I start crafting, I put it on my desk, on my kitchen counter, or my kitchen island. That's why I craft on my island, and then I throw my junk in there. So the second thing that I showed you there, the second little shelf had just wax paper, parchment paper, things like that. And then this bottom one has the tools that I use all the time. And then I also throw things in there that I use, like, oh geez, I need to raise something, and I'll get a Jenga block or something. So I keep those in my little cart, and I can push it in the kitchen and then push it back in this room behind the triple fold piece, and I'm all set. So here's another little area where I keep my wrapping paper or craft paper. This I thrifted. I think it's a wine bottle holder, but I keep my stems in there. And like I said, my stems are not up right now. I just took my Christmas stems down. I have to bring up my summer and spring and all that kind of stuff. And these are just my beads, more beads in 3 different places. And then in this piece here, I have all of my glues, my spray paints, my Mod Podge, and like I said, my daughter gave a lot of this stuff to me, so it's extra full. And I have, cornstarch. It expired in 23, so I craft with it. And this is all my chalk paint, and I do keep lids because I pour my paint onto lids, and then when I'm done I can just throw them out. So I have that little container with lids and different kind of pouncy sponges and all that, and this is all of my chalk paint. That's what you call it, chalk paint. So I put an X on it when it's open, and I don't have anything on the lid when it's not opened yet, because I like to have backup antique. I like to have backup chalk paint and plaster and white and ink and all those colors. And I don't want to open one when I have one open already. So I'm just showing you all my paints. I have another shelf with metallics and puffy paints, and this is all my paint brushes and stuff like that. And then this is just extra blacks and browns and grays. And then bottom here, I just keep rocks down here because I want it to be bottom heavy and not top heavy. And this is the, I don't know what you call it. It's kind of like a credenza type thing that I got at Costco. I have one on both sides of the room. So both sides mimic each other, and then I just put things on here. Like I have this little container that has buttons in it. And the bottom one has glue in it, more glue. And then my paint brushes, because some of them are tall, I can't fit into there. And These are kind of all out in the open, but like I said, when I put my trifold thing there, screen there, you can walk by it and you won't really see all this mess. But I do need to clean this up a little bit more because it's bugging me just looking at it. And then I have these 3 pieces that I got from Home Goods, I believe. One of them just has like personal stuff in, and then the other has craft. The other 2 have craft pieces in. So these are just the little wood pieces from the Dollar Tree, the laser cut pieces. And this has little containers, these little aluminum, or not aluminum, the little tin containers and plastic containers and whatnot. And then this has my wired ribbon. And then this is all hot glue and glue sticks and glue guns and stuff like that. And this is full of tools, extra scissors and rulers and all that kind of stuff. And then these aren't, I do have to say, a couple of the drawers in this one broke and another one just broke as I was filming it, but I have that on the bottom because it won't even go in the little slot anymore. But I have a drawer for essential oil and spices like cinnamon and stuff like that, and then all these little teeny pieces like Jenga blocks and wooden rings and knobs and stuff like that I keep in there. Yep, and there's my 3rd container. See, my drawer broke. And when I was done, I tried to put it back and it won't hold it. So I don't recommend buying those pieces. They're just, they cannot hold any amount of weight. And this is just my distressed ink and all that, and my markers and things like that. And the top was just the one that I just pulled out. That is just craft show information. Okay, and I'm just showing you what my room looks like. I did decorate it a little bit for Christmas. This is just personal stuff under storage under there. And this is my desk that I edit, and this is all my YouTube information, paperwork, ideas, thoughts, sketches, because I sketch a lot of my stuff out before I make it. And this is where I put my pieces that I make, my seasonal pieces. So I have one video out, which is Valentine's Day video, and these are the 3 pieces that I made. And I just did that a couple days ago. So that's where I hold them until the season's over, and then I box them up and either try to sell them or take them and store them until I can get to a craft show. Here's obviously my printer, my Cricut, and then this is the storage unit, like the credenza on the other side. This is the opposite side of the room, so I have like birds in here, butterflies, animals, owls, stuff like that. And then those are letters, and then I have next to those I have words, and then these are little paper flowers and wooden flowers. And then bonus, there's an empty drawer. I don't know how that happened, but I know it's going there. It's probably going to be my beads. So I have styrofoam and foam and floral foam in the top one, and down here I have the moss and all that stuff. And then again, that side of the room mimics the other side of the room, and I do not know why I have so many picture frames, but I have a ton of them. So you guys are going to be seeing tons of crafting coming up using all this kind of stuff that you can still get at the Dollar Tree. Here is my little corner that I don't junk up. When people walk by the room, they see that corner. So now I'm showing you the opposite side of the room because I just remembered I did not show you that. So one drawer has candles in it and tea lights and all that. This is anything that fastens. So zip ties and hooks and pipe cleaners and things like that. And then this is my little fairy drawer. So I want to do some little garden fairy things this summer. So that's full. That's ready to explode. So I'm ready to craft with that too. That's all my Cricut stuff, my real Cricut paper, not my Dollar Tree stuff. And then this is kind of like tools. I have my camera box in here and things for that. And, you know, when I want to show you a wreath, and I have like the little hook, the wreath thing for over the front door. So I have that in there readily available. Extra sanding pads and stuff like that. This is all beads and jewelry, and I have it all put in Ziploc bags. And they're all organized. These are ping pong balls and Google Eyes. I don't know why I have Google Eyes or whatever you call them. I don't know why I have so many of those. I know I paint them and use them for other things, but way too many. So yep, all my beads and jewelry. I go to the thrift store. Here's a tip. Go to the thrift store. You can buy pearl necklaces, not real ones, you know, for cheap, and you can use them to craft with. Those are pom-poms. Those are all color coordinated, and these are all like lights. Different kinds of lights from the Dollar Tree, and some of them are from Amazon. And I store them in there. So that concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that I've inspired you to clean your craft room, which, you know, we don't like to do, but we have to. It's a necessary evil. I hope that I gave you some tips along the way. Also, remember to hit the subscribe button, the like, share, hype, all that good stuff. And remember the playlists and the host channels. And with all that being said, have a blessed week, and I will see you real soon. Bye.